Alright, so this Knife Thoughts video is going to be kind of a mix-up of an EDC video and an Easter knives video. So I did an EDC video for the first time a couple days ago and people seemed to enjoy it. So I thought I'd do another one with the knives that I'm carrying today because today is Easter of 2020. So these are just a few kind of Easter colored knives. So to start off, I don't have too many red knives right now. I do have some red traditionals that I carry sometimes, but I've been carrying this knife pretty frequently, or using it pretty frequently at least, because I've been doing a lot of house projects during quarantine here, and the Victorinox Huntsman is a great knife for that kind of thing. You've got lots of tools, flathead screwdriver with a bottle opener and a wire stripper, and then a can opener with a smaller screwdriver. You've got a good sized main blade, and then honestly it gets used just as much, I'd say, the smaller blade. Corkscrew, which probably gets used maybe the least, other than the, let's see if I can even get it out, the knot untire / parcel hook or whatever this is. I do use it every now and then, but not super frequently. And then the awl, which I think is pretty useful, and this has scissors and a saw. So again, this is the Huntsman model, has the tweezers and toothpick also, and I think this includes a lot of the tools that I find useful. Could also include a file. There is a model, I think it's the Mountaineer maybe, that includes the file as well as all these other tools, but haven't gotten that yet, so I carry and use this one quite a bit. So that's my red knife for today. Moving over to another knife I've been using a lot because I've been doing house projects and things like that is the Ontario Rat 1. One of the best budget modern knives ever. A lot of people know about this knife, a lot of people have it, but this is a green knife, not really the lighter pastel type green that you'd think of for Easter, but I do have some knives a little bit more of that color. Here's a EDC 22 Magnum. Not going to carry that one today, but have it next to me, so I might as well show it. But this is another knife that's really great when you need a knife that you don't mind using and putting to work. So that's the Ontario Rat 1. Moving into some other knives that I carry, but these two, like I said, I've been carrying and using a lot recently. But this one, actually we'll go with this one first. This is the EDC 62 Easy Pocket Congress, and this is actually in unicorn ivory acrylic. So it's a faux ivory, this kind of cool crosshatch pattern. This is probably my whitest colored knife, so going for a white knife. I do have some smooth white bone knives like the Lambfoot and the Pemberton. I have an article on this knife at knifethoughts.com. Don't own this knife. I meant to do one, I just never did. And then also a Rough Rider small Barlow. But this knife is probably the whitest because it is an acrylic. The bone usually has kind of a more of a yellowish or cream color, especially after it's been used and carried. But this is a newer knife, one of the last knives made by Great Eastern Cutlery before they had to shut down because the governor ordered the shutdown of all non-essential businesses in Pennsylvania. So they haven't made it to actually most of the pocket carvers, the Farm and Field pocket carvers, which is on this 62 frame. They did put out some of the red and black micarta ones, and the Titty Ute pocket carvers, but they haven't gotten to most of the Farm and Field pocket carvers. So the 62s is the last pattern that Great Eastern Cutlery put out for now. I'm not at all insinuating that they won't get to the 23s soon. I think that they will. I think that they will. Bill's probably raring to go and get back into production once this quarantine is able to be taken away. And I do think Bill cares about his employees, their well-being and stuff, so I'm sure he'll take that into account when getting back started. But this is one of the last knives that I got from GEC before the quarantine. Really nice knife. I like the unicorn ivory acrylic, easy to carry, hence the name Easy Pocket Congress because of the sunken joints and the rounded bolsters. So that's a white knife. Excuse me. And here's a gold knife. This is a really cool knife. This is a special factory assembly. What they used to call a parts knife. They make them for the Rendezvous usually, although they do every now and then make some not at Rendezvous time. But this is one that was at the Rendezvous of 2018, I believe, and I've used it and carried it a good bit. One of 7 or 8, something like that. I'm gonna be doing a video specifically on this knife. Someone requested it, so I believe I will do a video on this knife because there's actually a lot of history to knives with this kind of sparkle gold handle. You might think that it's just a quirky thing that Gradation Cutlery does, and not everybody likes it. In fact, I don't think everybody at Gradation Cutlery likes this handle material, but it does have a history in the knife industry, so I'm going to be doing a video on this knife and the excuse me, the history of glitter gold type handles. Here's another one. Didn't make the cut today, but I really like it. Nice little knife. This one, it's not glitter, it's actually gold flake. This is a Rough Rider small toothpick. So another gold knife, but I'm going to carry this one today. Like I said, this one's been used well. Really nice knife. I like the 78 pattern. That's what this is. It's a 78. And I hope that they do them again relatively soon, but who knows. I have had several 78s, and this is the only one I still have, but really cool knife, and that's my gold knife for today. And then finally, to the kind of crown of the Easter collection here, is this Rough Rider Pastel. So this is a Rough Rider knife. It's an inexpensive knife. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but like $7, something like that. And from before they changed, I guess, back to the Y spelling of Rider there. But this is a fun little knife, very pastel blue blade, very pastel yellow clip, and very pastel pink handle. It's an assisted flipper, but it actually does have a functioning detent, which some Kershaws that are assisted flippers don't have functioning detents, and I really wish that they did. So I do appreciate it that this knife, being so inexpensive, does have a functioning detent. I've been impressed with Rough Rider's inexpensive modern or one-hand opening knives. This knife isn't perfect by any means. It didn't lock up super far when I first got it. It has worn in. I think that, let me check. Yeah, it's not painted on the lock face, but or coated, but it did, you know, move to a better lock up there for me. And it is not centered perfectly. I mean, it's not rubbing, so that's not an issue at all. There's actually no blade play when open and unlocked, so it's kind of impressive. So cool, interesting, kind of gaudy knife that I do, you know, including the glitter gold and some other examples like kind of flashy, fun, I guess, knives. There are some knives that are flashy or gaudy in ways that I don't have an appreciation for, but fun, off-the-wall type knives like this I do appreciate. And these pastel colors sure do go with the whole Easter theme. So I'm going to carry this one today. And yeah, so that's my Easter knives for today. I hope you have a great Easter if you celebrate it. If you don't celebrate it, I hope you have a great Sunday. And I hope everyone stays safe and healthy in quarantine, and we can, you know, flatten the curve and get out of quarantine soon. But like I said, I'm going to be doing a video on this knife, possibly an article too, by a request. If you have requests for more information on knives that you've seen that I have, or knife topics in general, I'd be happy to hear them. Can't necessarily accommodate all requests, but it's always interesting to see what people are interested in. So please do let me know in the comments or on Instagram or Facebook if you have any suggestions for video or articles. And please do check out knifethoughts.com, where I post the articles, as well as my social media, Instagram, Facebook, everything like that, all at Knife Thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel here, hit the bell for notifications, and like this video. And as always, don't forget to go out and do good.